thrilled when our children participated in the school-based instrumental music program. When my eldest son began middle school 10 years ago, he looked forward to playing the trumpet every day with a large band, and he had daily practice as homework. This is how I got an inkling that things would be different at Roberto Clemente Middle School in Germantown, Maryland, because what I heard was Calvin playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then Stevie Wonder. We arrived at the traditional winter concert to find ourselves at a full-on rock show. We sang along, we whistled loud at the end, and our next two children signed right up when they got to middle school. By being in one of Miss Levy's classes, my children had the unique opportunity in playing in a small rock band every day. They were held accountable. If Dory didn't know his keyboard part, then the song doesn't sound too good. There's no hiding. When band drama occurred, and there's nothing like a middle school band drama, problem-solving skills and compromising had to be learned. When one of my kids came home and said, Miss Levy assigned new bands and I don't like mine, I learned to wait, because what happened every time is that my kids got to know other kids that are outside of their small friend circle, and then new friendships were made, and by the end of the year, all of the students had played in small bands with each other, and they got to know each other as people. Memories were made associated with certain songs and concerts. They learned to collaborate and all reached the goal of their songs sounding great. The most fun has been connecting as a family about pop music from the decades. I can put any song on the radio, and my children can guess which decade based on the instruments, the vibe, and the tempo. And one of the things we do in the car is we play Guess the Decade on Sirius. We talked about how I actually saw Bon Jovi in concert. And that Prince song that Dory's band is playing was actually playing on the radio when I was Dory's age. My now 17-year-old just bought a record player. It's funny how those things have come back. At the thrift store, he bought Bob Seger, the Mamas and the Papas, Pat Benatar, and Carole King. Look what I found, Mom. Who would know these artists? A student in Miss Levy's rock band program. These kids continue their love of music and playing in bands long past middle and high school. I have been happy to support Randy all these years. I have been volunteered as costume designer, ticket seller, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame field trip coordinator, and more. But it has given me a prized front seat to watching her not only set high musical standards, but also provide life coaching on a nearly daily basis. Miss Levy is the kind of teacher the kids gravitate to. They form a line every morning to just say hello and talk to when their life in general is not feeling great. She teaches them rock music, but also how to navigate adolescence. It is my honor to present my kids' teacher, and now my friend, Randi Levy, with the Maryland Music Educators Association Outstanding Music Teacher Award.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Melissa. I really appreciate you and Katie Murphy taking the time to honor me for this award. As a fellow band, orchestra, and chorus teacher, trying something new sometimes is a little scary. And I had students, they weren't my students at the time, but there were kids in the school at Roberto Clemente Middle School in Germantown who didn't, for whatever reason, gravitate to the music program. But I knew that they loved music. Some of them could afford to go to what I call pay-to-play system, and they could go to music and arts and take lessons or go to a rock camp in the summer. But they didn't have any access to it at school. We had clarinets and violins, and there were kids that loved playing those, and I loved teaching those instruments. I had the privilege to work with Rick for a few years and be able to go to festival and just experience all of that. I saw these kids that didn't have that opportunity and were never going to be able to afford it. I realized that music education in my school was not equitable. And so I tried to think, what could I do to maybe think way outside of the box and create something that really isn't even, at that time, wasn't even allowed in school. And began an after-school program and got kids together to play guitars and drums and bass and keyboards. And I didn't really let them play the pop stuff from today. It's probably because I'm old, but I really wanted them to learn not just how to play these instruments and not just how to navigate relationships in a band, but I wanted them to understand the importance, the history, the culture, the challenge of playing this kind of music. It wasn't just pop music, it's history, and it's a living history. I remember my parents are both music teachers. That was never my plan. I wanted to be a lawyer, but here we are, a music teacher. I was destined to be one. But I remember my dad telling me when he was in Ithaca College, he wanted to start a big band, a jazz band. And this is in the late 60s. And the music school would not allow him to hold a jazz band in the music building. So they got innovative and they went down to the Catholic Church and said, hey, we want to start this. And so they started a big band and practiced at the Catholic Church. We think about that today and we think that is absolutely insanity. We would never say the jazz band can't practice in the school. But that was the time and that was that era. And I wonder if perhaps we're in such an era today where a new kind of music, new, started in the 1950s, but still new in the sense that we don't get exposed to the pedagogy in our own programs to be able to even know how to teach this music. And so it's hard for us to know where to start. But the kids, you know how kids are. You put something in their hands, you're passionate about it, you get them excited, look out. And so I knew that would happen, but I also knew how important it was that the rigor that we teach, that we use as music educators, that be the case here. Because it's essential that when something new comes along, it's not judged as, oh, that's a fad, that's a trend. It's something that matters and is important. And so when I teach pop music, we call it rock and roll. When I teach rock and roll, we start right at the beginning and we study the music and the culture. And this is living history. 50 years from now, when rock band is just a part of hopefully every school in America, most of us, a lot of us, won't be here. And the people who wrote and performed this music, they definitely will be gone. But now it's a living history. So when I teach this, we start, I know I'm a little long-winded, but I'm almost done. When I start to teach this, we start right in the beginning. We get the instruments for free. Every kid has access to an electric guitar, drum set. It's all free. We make sure the kids have everything that they need. We start right in the 1950s, and we study the music in the context of segregation. We look at Chuck Berry, who started this music, and how he was able to bring forth this music in a time where that he was not allowed to play in an integrated club, you know, and how really we needed Elvis Presley to come along and make that music safe for a white audience. That's just the truth. And talking about that with 12-year-olds makes for very rich dialogue and conversation. Then we move into the 1960s, where we talk about Bob Dylan and protest music, and Motown and black empowerment and the civil rights movement. And then into the 1970s with disco and punk and all of these different times, and you know, the Vietnam War, and kids are like, what, the Civil War? Which war? You know, so trying to help them to understand, you know, how much this history is still so much alive. And the kids go home and they talk to their parents, and the next thing you know, and you know, I don't like to say the word parents because at my school I don't say parents. When they talk to their families, a lot of my kids don't even live with their parents. Anyway, when they go home and talk to their family members, and like Melissa said, next thing you know, kid goes home and says, I learned about a new band today. They're called Earth, Wind, and Fire, or Jimi Hendrix. And, you know, Auntie's like, girl, hold on a second. And goes and gets CDs out. And it's like, next thing you know, I have so many parents that come up to me and say, I'm listening to my music in the car with my kid. Which is wonderful to have this living history. I think that's great. But so much more than that, not only are they getting the culture, not only are they getting the context, not only are they learning this new type of music, but so many kids that might not have had that opportunity now get to do it at school for free. And I have just watched a little after-school program grow into a full-time job. And I'm no longer the band orchestra teacher. We still have a wonderful band orchestra and chorus teacher at our school. But now so many other kids that might not have ever thought, yeah, I could do that, now have a chance to do it for free. And I'm so thankful to my school for letting me think way outside of the box. I'm eternally grateful to Katie Murphy for really letting me think outside of the box. She's a wonderful, wonderful leader. Melissa Regan, who's been through this journey with me and been such a support to me. Chuck Levins, that gave us that extra discount in order to be able to get the instruments that we really needed without a budget. And to the Germantown community for being supportive. Lastly, I just want to thank you because this is a huge, huge deal for this kind of music to be able to receive an award like this. And I know that I'm the one receiving it, but I just feel like it's doing, I believe it is doing so much to open doors for general music, bringing innovative practices into our school system. And I am just absolutely thrilled to be a part of it. And I'm humbled, and it's easy to use that word humbled, I really am. I really appreciate being able to be here with you today and to receive this reward. I am done officially now, so thank you.